We played a great football game in all three phases, which we know it would be. A very good Miami team. I think it was, a great team, great talent, very well coached. It just, we played well tonight and made the plays at the right time. But our kids played hard in all three phases, and we knew it would take that. We knew defensively they played super. We got a score, set up for a score. Special teams did a great job. We kicked the ball well, covered well. Got some great returns. I was very happy. Our kickoff returns stood us up a couple times and did a great job. Great, get that ball in his hands. He's pretty special. And offensively, we were able to be physical, have balance, run the ball in, throw it, do what we had to do. We converted third down and scored in the red zone. But I'm very proud of our football team. Like I say, very, very humbled by this. And like I say, the caliber team that we just played. And hopefully we'll move on and be ready for the next football game.
Jimbo, you guys seem like the team to beat now in the ACC. Do you think that you're ahead of schedule or where you expected to be?
I'm not even thinking about it. I'm thinking about BC right now. As soon as we get out of this, we got to think about BC and play one game at a time. We are not a team that we don't need to go think about the outcomes. We don't need to think about anything else. We need to think about the process. And our process, the only process we can control right now is playing BC next week. And I don't say that. I don't think that way. I'm not concerned about that because I don't want to let myself or our team think that way. We have to just have a great week of preparation, play a very good BC team next week.
What questions did this team answer for you tonight?
That we're learning to play on the road, that we're learning to get in a hostile environment, which we were in earlier, and they're maturing. They're growing, but we have so much room to grow and finish. I mean, they're doing some great things, but we're still leaving a lot out there on the field, and we have to push and find those inches and keep clawing for everything that we leave out there, so we don't leave anything out there. But I'm proud of them, of understanding what they're understanding is how to prepare to play, not just want to play games, not win games, but they're understanding the process about understanding how to prepare during the week, and that's what I've been most proud of.
Did you ever think a margin like this would be possible?
I'm sorry?
Did you ever think
No.
a margin like this would be possible?
And you get a couple at the end to kind of separate it, and and it makes it. The game was much closer than it was. That was a very good ball game going into the fourth quarter. We made a couple plays late, but that game was still very much in doubt in the fourth quarter.
First time got a bucket tossed on you?
Yeah, it was. It got me off guard on that, and that was caught. I'll tell you what, I mean, winning's nice, but that's cold. That's cold, but it was. They got it. Of course, who would get me? Greg. I'm boy. So, you're right.
What's
Coach, how
really
big was Jermaine tonight? I mean, the guy, the 3 touchdowns he had really kind of...
He's playing great football. He's playing disciplined football. He's giving his reads. Our offensive line did a great job. And I say our fullback, Lonnie Pryor, just blocking like crazy. Our tight ends, our receivers, Christian getting us down the right plays. But Jermaine set the tone and really made some nice plays early, and then Chris finished off with some nice ones.
Well, this game decided between the two lines, actually.
Yeah, we knew it would. I mean, they're too good up front and we had to win the battle. We couldn't just get in the throwing game. They make too many plays, too many athletes. We had to make them respect the run and be able to run the football and have balance. I mean, in today's time, we talk about all this. You got to have balance. If you can run and throw, you have to be able to do it because it creates a toughness for your football team, and that's what we want to try and do. And it helps your defense because they go against it every day.
Did you think you'd be able to make as much up the gut on this?
No, I didn't. I really didn't. I didn't. I mean, they were playing the stretches and outside, and we were able to make some runs on our backs, make some great cuts, and broke some tackles, and we have some great individual efforts in there too. And because that's a heck of a football team, man. Mike is a good football team.
How
And
important
they'll
was
be back, I promise.
How important was it to open the third quarter with that score?
Huge. We wanted to go out there and be. We said we were here a couple years ago. About the same deal, and here they come storming. And you knew Miami's got too much talent, too much pride, too much competitiveness in them to sit there and say we're going to get beat like this. And we knew when I come back out second half, I said, I'm calling it 0-0, man. We're calling the game that way. We're calling it aggressive. We're going down the field. We're going to do what we got to do. And Miami stopped it. We got that score, and then they stopped us there for a while and got right back in it. And we were able to make one. But, Chris Thompson made a big third down run there. Christian made a great throw on third down. And remember, Roger Smith really emerging out and had a big play. It's huge.
Chris Thompson now has he has 2 of the 4 longest runs in school history.
Is that
in a
right?
matter of 3 weeks. Got to talk about, he gives you that explosiveness.
Yeah, he does, and we blocked everybody. He's got great top end speed, and he's making plays. And what a great kid. Just works hard, tough, smart, does a great job in school. I mean, he's a wonderful kid. Very happy for the success he's having.
Jimbo, for as much as you talk about thinking about the next game, just BC, how much does coming into Miami and winning by 4 touchdowns sort of have to be a springboard?
Well, I mean, I think it builds your confidence, and I think confidence in an athlete or a program is something that you don't know when it comes. It just comes, and when confidence comes in anything we do, then we really can take off and explode. But confidence can be a scary thing. You got to know how to control confidence. You got to remember why you've gotten confidence, because you prepared and had success. I think this team, the youth of it, what we got to emphasize is that it understands how to prepare each week with that confidence.
Talking about preparation, now what you do to prepare to make sure you don't get a letdown?
That's what we just talked about. We already talked about BC. That's what everybody's going to think. Everybody's going to say, Florida State can't on success. We can't go up and down. And the only way to change people's perceptions is by doing it every week. And you have to prepare Sunday through Friday. We already talked about that in the locker room right now. I asked them to ask each other. I'm going to ask them, then I'm going to ask them to affect somebody on their team and affect each other, not let they see somebody getting complacent, tap them on the shoulder, say, hey boys, we got a lot of, we played 30 minutes, it's halfway. It's half of the season. We got another half of the season left.
Where have you guys improved the most since the Oklahoma game, do you think?
Consistency, assignment, alignment, technique. Learning situations, learning how to do things, learning to trust the guy beside you, trust your coaching, and trust in yourself, and believe in what we're doing. I mean, I think that's it. And you've developed consistency. And like I tell you, when pressure comes, habits come straight to the surface. If you don't practice with great habits, you're not going to play with great habits. And that's where I think we're learning to grow.
Is that the most complete game your team's played all year?
Yes, especially against the quality of opponent that we play. Because I think Miami's a heck of a football team and have the utmost respect for them. I really do.
Talk about the call to go to Ronnie Smith, and then you got a third down. Most people think you run the block. I'm excited to go throw in the end zone.
Well, we right there were in great field goal range. We knew they were going to bring pressure. I mean, they're a big pressure team, play man. You got a big receiver. You got two big receivers outside. He could have went either side. He could have went to Halstead, or he could have went to 84. And we had other things inside he could have worked. But he got a one-on-one, like the leverage in which he had, and we had worked that. And that's why Christian, he had that one mistake earlier in the game, but that's why he's a great quarterback. I mean, we talk about him and say, all right, he's not throwing for 300 yards. No, he's not. He's playing winning football. He's being unselfish, and he's putting us in the right runs and scrambling and being tough and making third down plays. Because you don't throw for 300 yards don't mean you're not a great quarterback. He's throwing for 200 and someone will win, and he's the happiest guy on the football team. And there's a guy that, I said, if my son grows up to be like him, I'll be the proudest guy in the world because he is the most unselfish player who has great ability that I've really been around. He's phenomenal at what he does, and he doesn't care. And he's playing great football for us right now.
Your defense, I think they had one 30-yard pass play, but you really took the deep ball away.
They made plays. Our guys, we accepted the challenge, and they got great players. We knew they were going to get down the field, but they got going there in that second half and started making some plays. And they were protection. We couldn't get pressure. They were blocking us well up front. They're big. Really big. And but our defense did a great job. To give up 17 points and to hang in there and make plays at the end of the game. Great to see LaMarcus Joyner. You're talking about there's a lot of freshmen and sophomores out there on that football field.
Is that one of the main game plans for the defense, not give up the deep play?
Well, we were, but we knew we had to control the run first because we had to get them in second long to be able to pressure and not give up where they could force you to play the run one-on-one, and then they're going to make some deep balls. You know what I mean? And again, the key is in football. You got to run the football, and you got to stop the run. I don't care what it says. And they played it from now to 100 years, and we get 39,000 spread formation. Football is based off of that.
What were you guys able to do to keep their offense out of rhythm, especially early?
I think we're physical up front. We're winning the battle up front. It seemed like I watched the film and see, and then we were able to keep it on offense again, get first downs, maintain and keep them out of rhythm, not let them on the field and score points.
It seemed like to me in the first half, what you did defensively really helped us put them behind the sticks on first down a lot.
We did. We thought they would pound it and play action. Exactly right. And we knew going into this game we had to be very physical because Miami was a physical team, and our kids accepted the challenge.
Can you let yourself, you just beat Miami by 28 points on the road. Can you let yourself enjoy it for a night?
I did about 10 minutes in the locker room. I'm moved on now. And I don't mean that. Because we got a quick day tomorrow. So, it's happy. We'll feel good, but we got to get ready for BC tomorrow.
This game didn't make you a year older.
That made me a few years older in the third quarter and they started coming back. It sure did. But our kids were great. We got a great group of kids now. I'm telling you, there is a great group of kids. They have a lot of character and love coaching.
It's got your birthday wish.
They delivered. They gave me a great one. It was phenomenal.
Everybody good?